In this episode, I realized that having a bad Indiana Jones figure is better than not having an Indiana Jones figure at all. So, stick around. Hello, fellow dorks and dorkettes, and welcome to It Came From My Side of the Laundry Room. In this episode, we are unboxing and reviewing an Indiana Jones figure that I picked up at Hollywood Studios at Walt Disney World. Here it is, and I can just say, first impressions are that it's maybe not the best Indiana Jones figure. We will hold off any critiquing until we actually crack this dude open. Let me just say, during our time at Walt Disney World, the Indiana Jones experience was closed. And it is not planned to reopen again until December. Now, the last time we were at Walt Disney World, we went to the show and enjoyed it. It was fun and it was awesome. It was just a neat stunt spectacular and harkened 100% to Raiders of the Lost Ark. So, super awesome. I was kind of bummed that we weren't able to have that same experience this time, but I was super duper bummed that the little shop, the Indiana Jones store, if you will, was also closed. And what I discovered was they kind of dispersed all of the Indiana Jones merch to everywhere. There were Raiders of the Lost Ark t-shirts at almost every park, in some way, shape, or form. And unfortunately, it's one of those things I regret now that I didn't get one. But it just, I don't know, for some reason, see, real quick backstory. When I was a kid, I had Temple of Doom t-shirts. So maybe it was just my conscience saying, if you're going to buy an Indiana Jones shirt, make it Temple of Doom for the nostalgia's sake. So maybe that's why I didn't pull the trigger when I saw the shirts. But anyway, what I did find at Hollywood Studios, at one of their very dork-centric stores, it had Marvel, Star Wars, and Indiana Jones. And they had an awesome 40th anniversary of Raiders of the Lost Ark sign next to their Indiana Jones merch. Granted, they didn't have any shirts there. Those kind of seemed to be sold out. But they had light-up torches, bullwhips, and this figure. And before we begin, let me just say that, this is a 6-inch scale, maybe 7-inch scale figure, and it sold for $17.99. Now, I can say I don't see a manufacturer name other than Disney, so it's not like it's made by Hasbro or anything. But for $17.99 for that scale of figure, I had to take the chance. And no matter what my first impressions told me, which I'll show you in the close-ups, like I said, even a bad Indiana Jones figure is better than not having an Indiana Jones figure at all. So without further ado, let's unbox this dude and take a look at him. Okay, folks, here we go. Indiana Jones action figure as the package says. Disney logo, sorry for the glare. 3+. That's, I don't even think Star Wars Black figures or G.I. Joe Classified are 3+. I think they're a little bit older. And this comes with some very small stuff, so I don't know about that age. That's a little sus. So here we go. Choking hazard, small parts, not for children under 3 years. Yeah, I ain't buying it. Anyway, I don't know if you can see at this moment what I saw to make this not the most appealing Indiana Jones character or figure ever. And that is, he's got a beard. More like a Van Dyke or whatever you call him. That it's under the chin, like a chin strap beard. My Indiana Jones never had a beard, so, and he's all cut up and stuff. I mean, that's fitting, but I'll talk about it now before we open it, because we're just going with first impressions here. First impression is, this is very Temple of Doom-like. I mean, has the sleeve ripped off, got a machete, and here, let me throw up the iconic picture from Temple of Doom of Indiana Jones. See what I'm saying? So, kind of goes against the whole Raiders of the Lost Ark theme of the ride and all their merch. Now, I doubt you'll be able to see it because I can't get too close without it being super blurry, but this picture here of what you get in the package and what it should look like, no beard, no cuts on the face, just a basic dude. I mean, he doesn't even really look like Harrison Ford. So here's all the accessories it comes with, which we will take a look at. And it says, the adventure of a lifetime is in your hands. World famous archaeologist Dr. Indiana Jones, obtainer of rare antiquities, travels the world as he searches for artifacts from around the globe. Will Indiana Jones escape the temple, free the children, defeat the evil Mola Ram, and return the Sankara Stone to the nearby village? Relive all the adventures of Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. See, right there, you got me. Because in the past, I have said Temple of Doom is my favorite Indiana Jones movie because it's the one that I experienced the most of as a kid. Raiders of the Lost Ark came out, and I was pretty young to have a movie theater going experience with it. Saw it on home video a lot, but this was the one, it was the big deal for me. Going to the theater, getting t-shirts of it. I got a calendar of it. I mean, I was all about Temple of Doom. But, like I've mentioned, the ride is Raiders of the Lost Ark inspired. The merch is mostly Raiders of the Lost Ark inspired. So this is just kind of an oddity for those reasons. So without further ado, let's crack this dude open and take a look. So forgive me for any noise. And like I said, $17.99. Great price for the size of the figure and all the stuff it gets. Look, he has a base. This looks like it goes here. Maybe. Not like it comes with any instructions. So there we go. We got this cool base for him to stand on. Oh my, taped in artifacts. So hold up. I'll just drop them into the blister and we will take a look at them. So, rest is trash, throw it to the side. We have this awesome column. And it goes on the back half of the base here. And mind you, it's hollow, it's not very solid. I am sure many a kid have snapped this trying to put it into place. I mean, I had a minute where I thought I was going to break it. So anyway, we have this cool base. So let me go down here and push it back here. So let's take a look at what else it comes with. I think this part goes to the base too. Let me see where the hole would be, and I don't see one. So let me look at the picture on the back. Oh, it goes here on the side. So you have these like bamboo reeds. And they go right. There we go. Kind of reminds me of the early Marvel Legends toys that came with cool bases like that. Not constructed as nice, but okay, let's see what else it came with. We have the little voodoo doll that kid used that stabbed and made Dr. Jones drop stuff and almost get crushed and all that stuff. So we have that until Short Round knocked the snot out of him. So we'll put that little voodoo doll here for now. We have the little vial of let me change this up a little bit here. We have this little vial that was the serum, the anti-poison. The word is escaping me, but you know what I mean. From Club Obi-Wan that he is fighting the dudes over. So we have that. Very tiny. Very, very tiny. Won't even fit in his hands, but it's a cool accessory to have. We have Dr. Jones's journal. Very cool. We'll put that up there. We have his revolver. Very cool. We'll put that to the side. Ooh, we have the stone. Very nice. It's see-through, kind of amber-like. So we'll put that up here. Oops, not on camera. We'll go back to that view. And now we have Dr. Jones himself. Has his satchel. Here's his hat. Which looks way too big once it's on his head, but cool. Wow, interesting posability of the neck. There we go. It does go up and down. So, but his neck is so long. Look at that. So, I mean, not too bad. I mean, not hating it. Let's look at the posability here. Now, this cuff looks a little too flared. That I'm not the biggest fan of. If I was a good, like, custom toy maker, sculptor, I would somehow shave this down and just make it a little bit closer to his wrist. But he has his machete here, and it's rubber band in. And I'm kind of going to leave it like that because I don't think it'll stay otherwise. Oh, it's not rubber band in. That is the wrapping. Oops, I'm not on camera. That is the wrapping around his hand, like from the movie. So the machete stays in his hand pretty good. So actually, let's just put the machete down for a minute. So this has some good articulation. Let's check out the legs. Just a knee bend. Feet wiggle back and forth a little bit. Got a ball joint here at the hip. Moves at the waist.
And I am bummed because I thought you could use the holster. But it's just a decoration. You can't use it. That's kind of a bummer. Let's see, can we take the satchel off? Yes, we can. That neck is really, really getting to me. And see, if you can see it, there's the beard. Indy did not have a beard like that. Now, the cuts and stuff, yeah, that's more like the movie. I can dig it. Look, he even has, it's a little very red. It's probably blurry, but he's got the scar under his lip there. But for the price, for the size, I ain't hating. But we have more accessories to look at too. So we're going to put a satchel down here. He also comes with this big old scimitar. See how well he holds that. It's very loose. In the picture, they have it more as just like a decoration sitting there like that. How's the machete? Went in his hand pretty good. But let's check out his pistol. Now, we don't have any thumb articulation like we see on figures nowadays. And he doesn't hold it very well. Let's try his left hand. Left hand seems better. But he's not really a southpaw. So it would be nice if he could just put it in his holster. No, that's not too bad. Let's see how well he stands. I mean, all in all, I dig it. Oh, I'm forgetting the most important accessory of all. His whip. So let's put the whip in his hand and see how that looks. It's very thin. They should have bulked up the handle a little bit to help him hold it. But not too shabby. In their picture, they have it in his left hand. So let's see if it holds it better in his left hand. And he has the machete in his right. Now, to display this figure, I don't think I'm going to be displaying it with this stand. It takes up a lot of room. And that's valuable shelf space that I could be displaying other things. That's pretty cool. Now the machete, like in their picture. So, let me just say, I'm psyched that it's Temple of Doom. I'm psyched that it's a 6-inch Indiana Jones figure. Let's compare it to a G.I. Joe Classified. I believe it is bigger. So he's like a 7-inch figure. There he is next to Snake Eyes. A little imposing. Let's check out Snake Eyes with a scimitar. Oh, come on, Snake Eyes. Hold it. Hold it. Oh, come on. Don't be a chump. That's the one thing I hate about these classified figures, their hands. Now that looks pretty boss. That's pretty rad. Look at that. Snake Eyes with the scimitar. I can dig it. Backup blade for him. I like that. That's pretty cool. How about the pistol? That works. So, 7-inch. Still pretty cool. But I'm going to leave you right now, and I'm going to check something out. So, I will be right back.
A few moments later.
Okay, I'm back. What I did was try to touch up that beard. Had trouble matching the exact flesh tone, but if anything, I have a good base coat down that I can try to dry brush a little bit darker onto it. I left his scar there. I left the cut here by his eye. It's still a little wet, so that's why I'm hoping as it dries it'll darken up a little bit and blend a little bit more, hopefully. But I like it a lot better than without the cuts and beard. So here's hoping it darkens up enough and I don't have to touch it up. If not, I will. But I just wanted to show you that I did this and it's not too bad. I mean, here we go, another cat. Different one this time. If you saw the Fistful of Joe's episode from last week. Another cat attacked. Here's this one. But all in all, $17.99, a 7-inch Indiana Jones figure. I'm happy to have it on my shelf. The only thing I'm not happy about now, since I fixed the face thing, is this cuff here. But other than that, it's a solid figure. It's a little bit, I don't know. I don't want to say generic because it's not. It's a legitimate Disney toy, but is what it is. I'm happy about it. I mean, like I said, I've said twice now, it is better to have a not so great Indiana Jones figure than have no Indiana Jones figure at all. So I give it a thumbs up for that. It's got great accessories. I mean, some of them are useless, like the vial, because there's no way it fits in anything. It would be cool if the satchel opened up and you could put the extra bric-a-brac in there, but it does not. So c'est la vie. Like I said, the display area is pretty cool, honestly. I like it. I could use this for other things if I ever do the photography like I want to do. That's a great background. But honestly, it's just too big to display all the time. So I have to break it down and box it up, and until I need it, that's where it'll be. But anyway, this was Indiana Jones from Hollywood Studios at Walt Disney World. So, back to me.
Okay, back to me. That was Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom action figure that I found at Hollywood Studios at Walt Disney World. And I have to say, it's not too bad. I mean, some of the aesthetics that I didn't like the beard and the weird cuts, if the cuts looked a little bit better, I would have left them. But I did a quick impromptu paint session, didn't match the skin 100%. Hopefully it darkens up when it dries. If not, I'll try to blend it in over time. But for now, I'm happy with how the face looks. I don't dig the sleeve on his one sleeved arm. I wish that was a little bit tighter and not as flowy looking. But all in all, for the price, it being a Disney artifact from Temple of Doom, which is my personal favorite Indiana Jones movie, I am all on board. I mean, I think the price is what really makes it awesome for what it is. I mean, it's a great figure. It's got a lot of articulation, posability, accessories out the yin-yang, even though some of them aren't very usable. But maybe I'll find a home for them somewhere else. I mean, that vial would fit a 3 3/4 G.I. Joe figure probably pretty well. And the voodoo doll, that's just a neat little, like I said, artifact, while we're talking about archaeology, artifact from the movie, you know, that kid was stabbing and messing up Henry here. So, anyway, I dig it. Price was good. It's a souvenir from Hollywood Studios, which is always awesome, and it's Indiana Jones. And for the 4th time, I will say, even a bad Indiana Jones figure is better than no Indiana Jones figure at all. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you got something to say, please leave a comment. I love reading them, and I love getting back to everybody. And if you're new around here and you enjoyed this or any of the episodes that are being recommended to you by YouTube, down here, please hit subscribe. And if you hit that little bell icon, you will be notified whenever there's a new episode. So anyway, until next time, thanks for watching. Keep being rad and stay dorky.